live. What is going on, Joy Clicks? I'm not hosting this, but I'll talk instead. What's going on?
No, go for it.
We are here, of course, day one reactions of the Guerrilla Collective, bunch of indies, starting in about 7 minutes with
hmm
the main host, of course, Christian Buckley. How are you doing, good sir?
Doing pretty good, Kevin. Happy to be here. Found out. So here's the thing. Recently,
What we got?
summertime,
Mm-hmm.
the house has been doing cold brew, you know?
Okay.
And cold brew, you have to start making
Right.
10 hours in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up, I get out of bed, I do a couple emails this morning before I get up.
Right.
Go get ready, eat some breakfast
Mm-hmm.
to come up for the stream.
Right.
This is how much cold brew is left. I've
Interesting.
taken a couple sips, but I'm running low.
I I have a hot take about my coffee. So
Mhm.
I drink primarily only one type of coffee, one brew that has persisted throughout the Diaz family for generations. Right.
Okay.
It's called Cafe Bustelo. Right. It's a very sacred coffee here in the family. Right. But we are
Mhm.
also very sacred in terms of like none of us believe in cold coffee. We
Ah,
believe in hot coffee that's warm temperature over a long, over a period of time, of course, you know what I'm saying? But I don't believe in cold coffee. Like it just doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, kudos to those who do, and I'm sure maybe, I could probably get assimilated with, the cold brew, if you will, or the iced coffee.
mhm.
Um, but I haven't jumped over that hurdle yet. I'm still definitely, you know, hot coffee or die.
Yeah. I'll do hot coffee if I get like a diner breakfast or McDonald's breakfast. Anywhere else is iced coffee though.
I feel that. You want to know how I woke up today from my dream? Very, very odd. Very odd.
Sure.
For some reason, I had to go in a physical combat type of scenario.
Okay.
No context at all. Don't know why I was fighting people. I was fighting people, but the Final Fantasy VII battle music was bumping, and I was like, "This is hype as hell."
That is amazing.
It
I'm
was
jealous of
sick.
that.
It was sick. It
That's
was
very
sick.
cool.
It was sick. It was
Um,
sick.
we got a 5 minute countdown right now. There's not much to hype up, I guess, with the show other than indies. Gonna be a real cool spotlight for some indie games.
Truly.
I always appreciate events like this because when it comes to indies, I feel like I never have a solid way to find them,
Right.
you know?
Right. 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 Right.
So I do
Totally
rely on
makes sense.
events like this a lot.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Um, I think this is where I found Hollow Knight
Mm.
originally. Not this event specifically, but an event like this. Nintendo's been really good about it this generation. PlayStation at the PS5 event the other day did a real good spotlight for some indie
A
titles,
lot
which
of yeah.
they haven't done in a while.
A
So I
lot of indies.
appreciated that.
A lot of indies were shown. Yep. I'm doing a breakdown on that actually right now. I'm working on one, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of indies were shown for sure.
Are
But
there any?
sorry,
Go
but
ahead.
I mean, I'm
Uh,
excited because I love indies because my Switch is my indie machine. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
So that's why I'm hyped to get some more Switch games. Let's go.
Yeah,
But anything on top of my head that I'm thinking, I mean, I would love to see the Messenger sequel, but I think that's too early in development, too far
yeah, it's a
out.
ways out.
You know what I'm saying? So I doubt we'll see anything from that. I would love something from, I forgot what they're called now because they're not called Matt Makes Games anymore. But the team
Oh, it's the
behind
Celeste
Celeste.
team.
Yeah, yeah. But I know they changed their name now. Like they're not Matt Makes Games anymore. They're something else. I forgot. But I would love something from them. That'd be hype. But Batman.
Yeah, bring it up anywhere. Honestly, that's another thing. Like, I know you joke, but I really would love to see more big IP license them out to indie studios because I feel like we would have so many interesting licensed games. Do you remember a couple years ago there was the Mummy Demastered, which was like a Metroidvania based on the Tom Cruise reboot of The Mummy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
the movie apparently was trash. I didn't see it, but that game, people loved that game. So like, if we could get like a straight up actual Metroidvania that's a Batman game, that'd be sick.
That'd be dope. Oh, wait.
Um,
Interesting. Okay. Dang, I kind of like that idea though. I like that a lot.
Right?
It's a good idea.
I have $1 million idea about an Ant-Man Metroidvania that once I learn how to make video games, I'll do it. But
let's do it. Actually, I think Jack is I might have to restart the call to add Jack in. Actually.
all right.
So let's do that real quick. Let's switch over to this call. Hold on, stream. We're almost there. We're trying to get the good old boys, the old 1, 2, 3 punch of video games. We're gonna do it big as soon as they answer the phone. Wait, did I? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. I was waiting for you guys to pick up, and I'm like, wait, I haven't joined the call yet.
Yeah, I was like, where is Kevin?
I'm such a dummy. All right, we're here. We're live.
Mori Warfare in the chat. Hello, welcome.
Ooh, the homie.
Indie games that I feel like the only thing I can bank on as an indie game I know that I'd love to see is the sequel to Hollow Knight, Silk Song, because that has been in the showcases for a little while now. Would love a shadow drop today. I love a good indie shadow drop more than anything.
Truly we do.
Jack, are there any notable indie games you're aware of that you want to see an update on today?
Not that I'm aware of. What I'm looking for in this particular sort of conference is art style. I think that's what really draws me to indie games. For example, Cuphead. Unfortunately, I never got the opportunity to play it, but I remember like seeing that game and just being like enraptured by what that game was presenting. I think that was like very briefly at Xbox's E3 a few years ago, and everyone was like, "Whoa!" Like, what was that? Like, they showed it for like a hot 5 seconds in some sort of like sizzle reel, and everyone's like, "No, show me that again." And I was the same. So, that's what I'm looking for in indie games, and I'm hoping to see some cool games with some cool art style.
Nice.
Truly.
I did share the link to the Twitch stream that we're watching on, Jack, if you don't have it. We're on Twitch Gaming.
Sounds good.
So it looks like they are starting with a George Floyd commentary. Love to see it.
Last weekend, we put together the Black Voices in Gaming stream with the support of our partners to share a positive message, as well as aid for those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic through the addition of a charity supported by Tiltify, where you can donate to the streams. During the show, we will remind everyone ways that they can donate through the links below. Thanks for listening, supporting these movements, stay safe, and enjoy the Guerrilla Collective. Peace.
We're going straight into it, boys. Also, Jack, hi. I almost said hi to you. Good morning. How are you?
What's up, Kevin?
Welcome to the Guerrilla Collective, a 3-day digital festival of game announcements, trailers, and demos streamed straight to you. Please welcome your host, Game Awards
the
trending
homie.
gamer, Greg.
Game Awards trending gamer.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Guerrilla Collective live from our sanitized and empty studio. With E3 on the ropes this year, the Media Indie Exchange, the Mix for short, and the Kind of Funny Games Showcase saw an opportunity to team
Dang,
up
I haven't
with
seen him
amazing
at the
developers,
desk in so long.
publishers,
It's
and
been months.
studios,
Oh my
and
God.
a spotlight on some of the coolest games around. And that's just what we're going to do here with the Guerrilla Collective. Almost 80 teams have come together to bring you nearly 90 games spread out across 3
What a
days
cool name,
right
Guerrilla
here
Collective.
on the screen of
It
your
is a good
choice.
name. I like it a lot.
Right now, it's day one, and we could not think of a better way to welcome you to the collective than to bombard you with trailers, reveals, and titles you can play as soon as the show is over. But let's not waste any more time on little old me. Instead, let's start with a world premiere trailer no one's ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is System Shock.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yo, wow. He got System Shock? Oh, wow. That's big.
Because there were rumors of a remake, right?
Yeah. For like a while now. I'm shocked. Wow.
So there was a
This
remake
is
and a
as in
reboot.
This is the System Shock BioShock was based off of, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think the rumor was that there was a remake and a reboot. So a remake of the original that's been known, and then a like series reboot. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, this is a big grab. Wow.
I did not expect anything on that level. That's
Not at all.
crazy.
It looks good too.
Did anyone play System Shock? Because I didn't, unfortunately.
No.
No.
No? Okay.
Not a big Bioshock guy either, so.
Whoa, hot take, Christian.
I got distracted playing the first one. I intend to go back and play them all before the generation's out, but
First one's great. Infinite equally is great, I'll say.
I hear Infinite is... I hear a lot of good things about Infinite.
Yeah,
A
Infinite's
lot.
awesome.
Yeah. Play the alpha demo. Okay.
Very cool.
It's a good grab. I think that was the remake. No, the remaster. I think.
Yeah. So, all the things we're gonna see until Greg says otherwise. Excuse me, are shadow drops today, he said.
Hmm. They threw a list of developers up somewhere, right? That are going to be featured in
They
here.
did, yeah. There's some idea
don't think
Xbox stuff.
Okay.
So
I don't think I recognize like any particular developer. Maybe like a couple. But
Cataclysm. That's a good name, though.
Yeah.
It's a good name. Good name.
You're a gun. Or you are a gun.
Wait. I kind of like this. Hold on.
how much dubstep we get in this this stream?
15%.
Would you
Yeah.
guys believe me if I told you I'm still not recovered from that Hitman trailer? Because I'm definitely not recovered from it. I watched it like
That
3
was a
times
hot trailer.
yesterday. I watched it like 3-4 times yesterday. I loved it.
How smart Labs did this one though?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Love a good twin stick shooter. They certainly have their place.
I wonder if that was the stream tearing or is that
I think that's intentional.
just the edit? Okay.
Yeah.
Never know these trendy video game trailers.
Truly. You're right. You're a gun. Okay.
I like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Flower
It
energy.
looks.
You're a
Yeah,
flying
it definitely
saucer.
looks like flower.
What were we
The
saying, Jack?
back of this looks like the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm glad you got the
shit.
exact same thing.
Yeah.
This
And
looks
I'm all
sick,
about it.
though.
This looks cool.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
Underwater.
I'm loving it.
This looks.
The movement looks incredible in this.
It
Yeah.
does. You can already tell, like, you know, going on the bend and launching from it looks satisfying as hell.
Yeah, that looks
yeah.
awesome.
That's what I loved about Flower too, just the movement and how it worked with the environments and the music and everything. Like, this is scratching that itch.
Yeah, totally.
Controversial, never played Flower.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's great.
sounds
I
good,
think it was on PS Plus at some point.
I'm pretty sure I have it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it in my library. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's like a quick like hour, 2-hour game,
Yeah.
something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a Journey-esque link. X1. X01. Oh, it's
Maybe it
coming,
is
Or
a
is it
spaceship.
only a?
it's coming this year.
World premiere.
Oh baby.
World premiere.
Batman.
If Guerrilla Collective Greg Miller got freaking Batman, yo.
me some World of Warcraft vibes.
Kinda, yeah. Visually, for sure. And tonally.
Visually, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like game design-wise, it reminds me of Monster Hunter.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, like it seems like a Monster Hunter type thing. Yeah.
Mixed with like an Anthem. Which honestly isn't a bad thing to be combined. If you got like the movement of Anthem and then Monster Hunter boss fights.
Oh, buddy.
Better trailer than Godfall.
We started the Kind of Funny Games
Definitely.
Showcase in
Yeah.
2018 as a way to use
I would agree.
our platform to make sure indie games weren't lost in the wake of big budget titles. That's why
Same
teaming up
vibe,
with the
that's why I
Mix for the
compare.
Guerrilla Collective made so much sense. Ladies and
Oh, yeah.
gentlemen, please welcome from the Mix, Justin Woodward.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today. We started the Mix in 2012 with the goal of helping to create new ways for developers to get visibility for their games. The Guerrilla Collective is really an evolution of that concept where developers large and small showcase their games.
Justin, you're a developer yourself. Why are indie games so important?
Well, Greg, indie games are super important because the experiences that independent game developers invest their blood, sweat, and tears to create help to push gaming entertainment in the form of narrative, art, tech, and game design to new heights.
Exactly. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you gotta support your indie devs. Indie devs with hot new titles just like these.
Rocky
Oh,
is a
fuck.
modern-day
I love this.
tale of courage and adventure. A game about monsters that shouldn't exist. Join Tuve, a young girl touched by magic. Explore an uncharted world of hidden legends.
I love how they said Uncharted and then it was the footholds
Discover
climbing.
mysterious islands and meet long-forgotten monsters. Solve ancient puzzles to unlock paths deeper into the forest. Draw maps, collect curiosities, and chart your adventure. Unveil the story of tragic loss and the path to redemption. Confront Tuve's past. Explore her memories and learn the truth. Rocky, a game about monsters that shouldn't exist, but do.
I'm taking that into account.
I think I saw a trailer for this one on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they retweeted this.
Genesis
from the
Noir
developer.
is kind of a combination of a creation myth and a film noir thriller. Hi, we're Feral Cat Den, a little design
This
studio.
dude is such an indie
composed
dev.
of myself,
My boy,
creatively,
yo, he's
Jeremy,
straight up.
technically.
Shout
I was
out.
just cooking some eggs and working on the game.
So in some ways, our game is a traditional point and click, in that you have the normal
Make some
click to move your
kombucha,
character
you know
around
what I'm
kind of
saying?
thing. But in a lot of ways, it's not. We don't really have tricky inventory puzzles where you have to like combine stuff together. It's a lot more about just kind of playing in space, and the puzzles are meant to kind of evoke a vibe and a feeling.
Our emphasis is more on tactile, kind of exploratory interactions. So you might manipulate a planet's orbit or change the age of a sun. My skill set is definitely more 2D animation, and graphic
This is
design.
pretty.
Yeah.
Jeremy is really into like VJing and generative art. Not only does a very black and white kind of simplified visual representation enable us to kind of explore concepts of on the cosmic scale and in the noir kind of territory. It's also, stuff that we like making, and it was a very natural fit.
So of course we're inspired by the classic noir films, which usually have a pretty jazzy soundtrack, and we kind of tried to bring a more cosmic style to that, and inspired by stuff by Sun Ra and similar artists. So we partnered with these great musicians and sound designers in London called Skillbard, and they've really created this great dynamic soundtrack. And there's a lot of synergy between the visuals and the audio that feels really great, I think.
This is our first game that we've ever made, our first dabbling into Unreal. Jeremy and I had wanted to make a project together for quite some time. I brought this idea to him, and it was kind of the perfect meeting point of all our different interests.
So then we made a little 2-week demo, and we sent that around to a few friends, and they were really encouraging, and they suggested that we go to GDC and try to meet with some publishers. And so that went really well. So it was just really encouraging all around.
Genesis Noir is inspired by primarily cosmic comics, but so many other things, from classic film noir, like The Third Man is a personal favorite.
Christian, I'm
We're
sure
super
you've seen that in
also
your
by the world of
episode
jazz.
classes.
I have, yeah.
Guys like Sun Ra,
Me too.
Miles
Good movie.
Davis, the kind of
Sun Ra as
spacier
well.
territory that jazz explores. Thanks for checking out Genesis Noir. We're really excited for you to play it, and we look forward to destroying the Big Bang.
Thanks for checking out our game, and we hope you enjoy it.
We look forward to destroying the Big Bang.
I'm gonna go make some.
That looks
now.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a first
It
game,
does
it's
look good.
insanely stylistic and unique.
Yeah. Feral Cat Den, I love that name.
Yeah.
For the
World
dev.
premiere.
That's also the
Product not yet rated.
Welcome to Purgatory, the land of lost souls.
I thought he totally said Burgatory. I was like,
I-
whoa.
I was right there with you,
To
Christian.
survive the nightmares of this realm.
Oh,
and
purgatory. I thought he said
Yeah.
purgatory too.
Insanity.
I think we all might just be very hungry.
Mighty steed on a quest of redemption.
I would totally play a game called
Monstrosities and
Burgatory.
damnation stand in their way,
Yeah.
armed with sword, shield, and mystical cards.
You guys ever
No
do
No
deck builder
defense,
games?
Just attack.
Nah,
They will carve up
never
a
have, never
merciless
have.
terror through their enemies.
Someone I work with loves Slay the Spire.
Just
They
start.
tried to get me to play it so many times, but
Let's try that again. Witness
Not really
a
my thing.
world where chilling on a boat on the river Styx makes you look like a total badass. Because you know you won't be thrown overboard to hell. Because you are really, really
It looks
awesome.
like oh my god, y'all know what I'm talking about. I forgot. Dang it. Vormir.
Paradise. Use your sexy charm.
Oh, Infinity War, yeah.
Scary witch, master
That's a good call.
with your magnificent mind. Summon awesome allies for your enchanted entourage, and give respect to beings of infinite powers. Hey, what a cool story. Using a new powerful deck of defense cards, you will block, parry, and riposte your way to victory. Oh, not again. Were heroes always this fragile? Strap yourself in. Again? Summon a 1940s boy band. No! I'm gonna be honest, this is not going the way we wanted it to. Okay, come on. Alright, next hero. More meat for the grinder. In a world where everyone dies and hope is futile. Yes! Alright. Good card choices, excellent equipment. Okay, solid tactics. We got this. We have our hero. Now, let's swing open the doors of insanity. Where no sword is too big, armor too thick, ally too obnoxious. In this totally awesome game that you should definitely buy.
The bottom
This
said another
is
indie
the story
2020.
of a little Douglas girl.
Appreciate that.
Trapped in her life, she wanted to see the world. Alone. And, oops, not quite alone. Careful, Abby. Careful where you
I don't like
flee.
this.
Yeah.
The world has worse on offer.
It's creepy. I'm getting Coraline vibes. That movie scarred me.
Oh, totally.
I don't like the art style of Coraline, I swear. It creeps me out, bro.
Why do some of them not have strings?
Interesting.
As
Commentary.
much as I wish that it weren't so.
Social commentary.
The way
There are
things
no
are
strings on
are
me.
the way
Yeah,
things go.
Ultron over here.
I'm all you've got in this forsaken land. So hold back and trust in your narrator's hand.
Has there ever been a marionette game?
The Puppeteer, I think. I don't know what it's about, but I know it's a game that exists.
Okay, cool. I was about to say, like, I can't believe we've never seen a Puppeteer game. Or a marionette game.
Is this a post simulator?
Dude.
That's Stranding, but like for real.
Death Stranding without any of the existential.
Yeah.
Cat. Outdoor cat.
If Hideo Kojima didn't make Death Stranding, but someone else made Death Stranding, this is it.
For your local postal worker.
Yeah.
They're doing the Lord's work.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, if this has like a really good soundtrack, I'd be down. I'd be down.
Seems to be a skateboarding game. Okay.
Oh, this looks like
Trials, right?
Trial.
Yeah.
Trials is a lot of fun though. I'll give it that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Dang, is this from the same dev? No.
I would
right?
be surprised if this isn't Trials.
Yeah, that's what I'm
This
saying.
looks exactly like Trials.
Was the titles? Did it say Urban Trial Tricky or something like that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Urban Trial. Yeah, okay. It is a Trials game.
Is this a Ubisoft? No.
Interesting. Wow. Huh.
I wonder if it's like former Trials
Exclusive.
people.
Yeah.
Could be.
In Boyfriend Dungeon, you
I'm gonna look
spend
up
a
Tate
summer in
Multimedia.
Verona Beach,
I know the name of
California,
this one.
fighting monsters for money. Except the swords you find in the dungeon can also transform into beautiful men, women, and non-binary people you can befriend or date. You try to get as far as you can in the dungeon each time, but dying's okay, because you can level up too.
I love calling dungeons dunges. The dunge.
You need to get stronger to go further. To do that, you'll need a closer relationship with your weapon.
Come to my club, La Rosa.
You spend the game alternating between fighting in the dungeon and hanging out with your weapons around town. I personally get bored if there's only fighting, but also I get restless if there's too much reading, so we wanted to make a mix of the two.
Was the previous game called Urban Trial Freestyle?
Yes.
Urban Trial Tricky.
Sorry, Tricky. Yeah, Tricky.
Okay, Urban Trial
Here,
Freestyle was
I'm
a
dating Sundra the
2013 game.
Talwar, and when we spend
Same
enough
dev?
time together,
Same
we'll
dev.
discover new abilities we can use in combat. Each weapon has a different set of upgrades to find, with choices to make along the way.
Interesting concept though. Like a neat
For
way
sure.
of like ranking up your weapons.
Different weapons have
personifying
different
them.
preferences for where they want to go
Yeah.
on dates, how they
Persona
want to
has
flirt, and
similar
what kinds of gifts
appeal,
they
I
want to
guess,
receive.
with like your party
They might give
members.
you a gift,
so
too.
doing it this way and making a active like dungeon crawler out of it is really interesting.
This reminds me of Dream Daddy.
It
Sure.
does.
Yeah.
There's a variety of different kinds of people/weapons to date in Boyfriend Dungeon, so it's up to you who you want to wield and level up your love. But watch out, there's someone out there kidnapping weapons.
Excuse me?
We're getting closer to finishing Boyfriend Dungeon now, and we hope people will love it as much as we do. If that sounds like your kind of game, wishlist Boyfriend Dungeon on Steam now.
That's a great tagline. Level up your love.
Level up your love.
There you go. Uber?
Ooh.
Oh, I think I've seen this before.
Wow, they're getting them quotes.
Yes.
Night call. Okay. I've always had a game idea of being a bartender, and you gotta figure out a crime based off of what regulars are talking about. I've always had that idea too, so this looks similar.
Yeah, that's cool.
So is he
24.
essentially an undercover cop as a taxi driver? Is that the?
I think so.
That's dope.
That's very interesting. I like
That's
that.
dope. That's dope.
That's the first full date, is it?
I think it was.
I think so.
Outside of like a window or a year?
Yeah.
It's like super Devolver, but probably not.
Yeah, it totally looks like Devolver.
Colt Canyon, June 20th.
All that looked awesome, but it highlights my #1 problem with showcases like ours, Justin. We show you all this cool stuff, and then you have to wait months to play it.
Yo, I feel you, Greg. That's why we at the Guerrilla Collective are putting an end to that right now. This next round of games share one amazing concept. They are all
Oh, that's super
Okay, that I thought that was on my
unfortunate.
end.
I thought it was my end too. Oh, that's super unfortunate. No.
The stream die? What's the chat saying?
Oh, I'm looking.
Oh,
You hate to see it. Tragic. A lot of F's in the chat. A lot of F's in the chat.
Damn. Well, good show so far. I think good pace.
I like it. I like the pace right now. I like the pace.
Yeah. Good production value, all things considered. Getting Greg in and that gentleman back in the studio.
Oh. So
Okay.
Slay the Spire is out now on things.
Ooh, wait. That looks like super reso gun.
Oh yeah, totally. Gets
That like
super-
metal orb, not orb, but like that metal disc looking thing that rotates. Rigid Force. Read those. Okay.
Getting a lot of head up games here.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. Okay. That looked cool.
Okay.
Getting some Celeste vibes.
I know, as I'm saying, I'm like, oh, let's go. Oh, this looks super Celeste like.
It's not the same studio though, right?
I don't think so.
Oh man.
sad for them. No.
Twitch, just restart the stream. Come on, just restart it.
Oh,
Restart it and fast forward to where we were. It's fine.
Tragedy.
Getting a B right back.
Yeah, same. That's the, like, I hope we didn't miss anything before that Slay the Spire thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And like right now.
We
Okay, we got an
missed all that.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this thing. Baldur's Gate,
Consider
I think.
your predicament.
This is Baldur's Gate?
One skull,
I'm pretty sure Larian Studios is Baldur's Gate.
and no solution in sight.
I'll fact check that real
I
quick.
could fix it all. Like that. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair,
Yeah, they're doing Baldur's Gate 3.
that's when you'll come knocking on my door.
No.
Restart the stream, Twitch.
So sad. Damn.
Because you have to imagine these studios are like sad, right?
Oh,
like, the ones that it's
absolutely.
like our trailer got cut off. Like it's not. I feel like it's fixable, right? Because it's just on a VOD.
I agree. Well, yeah,
Baldur's Gate.
that was his Baldur's Gate early access. August 2020.
August 2020.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh man.
Ta-da-da! Hi everybody and welcome to community update number 3 for Baldur's Gate 3. I have great news today. We finally locked down our early access content and we decided that we're going to bring Baldur's Gate 3 for the very first time in your hands in August 2020. As to say, maybe. And the maybe has everything to do, of course, with COVID-19. We've been hit like everybody else in the world. We've been working from home, which wasn't necessarily the easiest thing as game developers.
I do like that
to
maybe.
huddle around the monitor and discuss about the things that are happening in the game. But nonetheless, we managed to make a lot of progress since you last saw the game at PAX East. So we think we're going to make it, depending
LARPing
on
sword.
a couple of things. One of these things, for instance, is
Look at
our
that bow.
performance capturing and motion capturing. Our people have started returning to the office. We've been recording again. And if we can hit a certain speed in the recording, then
I do appreciate
to
that.
make it. The game is looking amazing. It is absolutely incredible to see how much progress has been made since PAX East. And I think when you'll see it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The visual fidelity has increased a lot. And the cool part is that actually we're going to launch the game in August in early access, but we still have an entire development period to go after that. So it's going to look even better
PAX
by
East
the time
happen
it's
this
going to
year?
release. You will see
I think
things like improvement in combat. We did
like
a lot of
was
changes
right
in
at the
how
edge of getting
combat
cut off,
flows,
so
how
I
the
don't
camera
think it
moves,
happened. Like it was
how
the
initiative
first thing,
system
I
works.
think.
Altogether,
That got
they
cut.
make for a much more refined combat experience. Which is
Have any of
a
you
lot
gentlemen
fun
played
to
Baldur's
do.
Gate?
There are changes in the way that
I
we
haven't.
do
I've
our
been curious
narrator.
in the
That
past,
was something that we had
slightly.
a lot of feedback on. There's the integration of the rule set.
It
is
goes
getting
to
better
that
and
like
better,
OG
so
Fallout
we're
type
getting a really
game,
good
and
handle
I'm
on
more
how to do
interested in a
things, and so
setting
it
like this than a
feels
Fallout set.
like a
personally.
really cool game with a lot of depth when you play.
Yeah, I've never
here's the
played
really
it.
cool part.
I think I'm the
You
opposite
don't
of
have to
Christian
wait
though. I
until
think I'd
August
rather have a
2020 to
Fallout
see what
setting.
I'm talking about, because we'll
Jack,
do
check out
another gameplay
Wasteland.
live stream, and we'll do it just in
I've
front
never heard of
Dungeons
it.
& Dragons Live on June 18th, and you will decide for me whether or
It
not
was kind of
I'm
like
going to
the
kill
opposite, or
a hobgoblin who deserves to
the
be killed.
rival
His name
of
is
Fallout, but
Axel,
it kept going in that style.
or
And Wasteland 3, I think, is on the Switch
Underdark.
now.
I'm very much looking forward to it, so I hope to
Interesting.
see you there on June 18. It's going to be a lot of fun. Take care. Bye bye.
What makes a true RPG? Shaping the attitudes and urges
This,
of a
yeah.
psyche,
The big thing that won a bunch of stuff last year.
bruising the tissues of another world.
Disco Elysium.
Oh shit. It is, huh?
Wow, I just noticed a huge D20 in the back.
Dice rolls.
The largest D20
Really?
I've ever
About
seen.
a megaton of dialogue.
Appreciate it.
Maybe it's found in achieving a
Yo,
certain
is this coming to Switch? Cause I've been wanting to really play this game.
undying love of the people.
I think they said it would be eventually.
But perhaps none of that matters. For being true is really about finding your style. That's right, brother. Disco Elysium, a true RPG. Now on the Epic Games Store.
Okay, cool. Cool.
It is coming to consoles eventually, though. They have said.
That's all good. I can wait. It's all good. No worries. No worries. Oh, this is that.
We know this.
Yeah. Yeah, this game. Yeah.
Am I wrong, or is Ron Perlman the voice?
Depends on which side of the gun you're on and what you're fighting for.
West of Dead. That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Yeah, I remember this being a highlight for me at whatever showcase it was at before.
I think it was on. Game
souls left
kind of playing showcase. I think.
Most were cursed.
I think it was
sent to the abyss. But a few folks are looking out
This
for
would be a
me,
great shadow drop.
helping where they can. Others
This game looks
more
sick.
problematic.
Yeah, I love this. Gotta love that Ron Perlman video too.
There's an old saying. The only thing evil requires to succeed is for good men to do nothing. Living or dead, still true. And I'm through doing nothing.
This looks awesome.
West of Dead.
June 18th. Oh,
Nice. That's like, hey, that's this week. Let's go.
It's Steam and Xbox though. I got.
Oh, it's.
Hi, I'm Tarn Adams. I'm a co-founder of Bay 12 Games, and we make a game Dwarf Fortress.
Are they replaying the end of this trailer? Oh no.
Did you just stutter maybe?
Dwarf.
Did you just get the title
brother
again?
Zach and I have been working on that game for a long time. It came out in 2006. But now we're bringing the game to Steam and itch, and the biggest update about it is that we're bringing graphics to the game. The artists, Mike and Patrick, are longtime modders of the game, and now we're all working together to give the game an overhaul and hopefully let a lot more people play it. Dwarf Fortress is a settlement management game. You have a group of dwarves that go out to make a fortress in a procedurally generated world. That's the first part we'll be looking at here. So by procedurally generated world, we don't just mean a randomized map, but that it runs a history, a historical simulation over a few hundred years, if you want to let it keep running, where civilizations spread out and trade with each other, fight with each other, magical things happen, strange things happen. There's thousands and thousands of little characters tracked that you might see when you start playing your game. There are all sorts of edges between things that you can see here, between the different biomes, little trees and mountains and so forth, so that the picture is a little more readable than it was before. When it was just squiggles and arrows, and you can see the world develop as the years pass, and then you just plop down your dwarves and start playing in this environment. So when you start your fortress, you have your dwarves and a wagon and some animals to start with, and whatever else you would like to bring along. Pick for mining, buckets and ropes and food, alcohol, very important. General idea is that you'd want to just kind of lay out your things and dig into the mountain, make some bedrooms, make some workshops, allow people to start getting on with their lives here. So the big thing you might notice about this area at first is that it has some three-dimensionality to it, in the sense that there's a hill and lower levels, and that you can
Alcohol
see
is indeed
going
very
up
important.
and down. That was the big first project for
Appreciate
the,
that.
the artists and I to kind of
When
work out how we're gonna
my city went into
display,
lockdown, my
this,
local liquor store, I went in to get a bottle for my
text.
roommate,
You can
and
just show some
he said that this was the
upward
highest sales
triangles.
he's
There's
ever
a ramp,
had.
go uphill.
When they
And,
announced quarantine,
you know, that worked
he's
for
like,
a few people.
this is the highest sales ever had.
But to try
I'm
and
like, wow.
generalize that,
I'm
we
like,
had
yo.
to draw many
This
cases.
game
of,
gives me the
ramps
vibes and energy
and
of a
get them
game that you would put on the
displayed.
library computers at high
You know,
school.
but it looks cool now.
Oh,
Here they
dude.
are.
Oh
We
my
have all
God,
sorts of
Christian, you
So-
just nailed it.
And,
Nailed it.
You know?
Jesus
there's
Christ.
lots of workshop pictures to do, lots of item pictures to do.
Nailed
Our
it.
dwarves are all just sort of this
Oh,
one placeholder dwarf right now, but we'll
I
have
can't
different,
unsee it now.
different
I just see
faces and clothing
a
and
computer
things
lab.
for the different appearances.
You guys
of
have
the
kid
dwarves.
pics?
All the dwarves have a
Kid pics?
You guys
We
ever
did
played
the
a
Kid Pics?
while
version
ago,
was
yeah.
just a
Or
giant
like
text
elementary school.
paragraph describing what the dwarf looks
I was
like.
a
and
mini
you'll be able
clip
to see some of that.
RuneScape type of
So, yeah,
child.
that was pretty exciting.
Nice.
The
Christian, was that a cat? That I
It was
heard?
a rogue cat.
we're still at the early stages. You can see with the
Kitty,
I love it.
text graphics.
Kitty, what's your thoughts on Guerrilla
they're still
Collective so
around
far?
the edges and so forth. That we're going to
Sniffed.
update. This is all very
Sniffed?
kind
10
of
out of 10.
preliminary. As we're
Well, I'm gonna
working
put him in the
through
hallway
it,
because he
but,
can knock stuff over sometimes. One sec.
should be pretty cool by the time we're done. And we have
I want the cat so
you know,
bad.
a lot more.
Me too, dude.
to work
The only
on,
reason I
and
can't get a
there's
cat
lot
is because
more
my dad is allergic.
kind of
My
news to
roommate's
share
allergic.
as we go, as we update the
I told
pictures and
Christian
see
that
it, man.
also the
I told Christian
usability
that
of the game.
I want to get a cat
so
with
that it'll be
very
easier to
blue,
get
vibrant
into.
eyes, and name him Cloud.
And, yeah. So
Oh,
that's-
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a list of nerdy cat and dog names
Hell yeah.
for when I get an animal.
When I acquire an animal, a companion.
When I acquire one. I'm certainly gonna name an animal Daxter at some point.
That is
'Cause then we got-
hell yeah.
Because then we got Jack and Daxter.
Fire. Fire. Wait, that's so good. That's so good.
I have to do it.
Odin's having a big year.
He is. Valheim.
Oh hey, that's in like an hour. Doom.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
It sounds like a PS1 vibe to it, and I'm into it. Ew.
Ooh, put it down.
Devil May Quake.com.
Jesus Christ.
How did they get away with that?
Devil May Quake. Is that steak?
Kill
Yeah.
the intruder.
Are you ready to find the next game you'll love more than anything else?
Hot
That's
take.
the worst transition to the show, I promise. Check out these gameplay updates from some of our closest friends.
Exclusive.
Hi everyone, and welcome to 11-Bit Studio Show in the Guerrilla Collective. You know us from the titles like Frostpunk, This War of Mine, Moonlighter, Children of Morta, and more. First up, let's visit the home of the Bergson family, the protagonists of Children of Morta, a story-driven roguelite action RPG set in a mesmerizing fantasy world. It's just got a new Game Plus free update, but there's more content coming. Here are a few words from Marek Ziemak, executive producer at 11-Bit Studios.
Hey guys, we hope you're doing okay. Luckily we're fine and we're working harder than ever. Children of Morta has a very special place in our hearts. And we also know that many of you out there really enjoyed that game. Our previous free DLC has added new Game Plus mode to the game. But this is not the end of the story of Children of Morta. Obviously there's more content coming. We know that when it comes to RPG games, new characters are in high demand. This is exactly what we will focus on in our next free update called Bergson's Home. We will be bringing you a brand new playable character to enjoy.
Our brave hero merchant Will from Moonlighter is never tired of adventures. Between Dimensions DLC has just released on consoles. And now, Will is packing his backpack to discover the lands of mobile gaming. Here's Javier Jimenez, Digital Sun CEO.
Hi there folks, this is Javi from Digital Sun. It has already been 2 years since we released Moonlighter. It's been quite a ride for us and we want to thank you all. We are celebrating this anniversary by releasing the Moonlighter DLC Between Dimensions on all consoles. We know some of you have been waiting for that for quite a while, so we hope it's worth that time. And we are also announcing that we are releasing Moonlighter Mobile later this year. The mobile version of Moonlighter is going to be something quite fresh and quite new because we try to rebuild it so it feels like a native mobile experience. It has new controls, it has a new graphic user interface, it has new approach to combat. So we think it's going to feel not like a simple port, but something that it's actually working as a native game. We want to share with you some bits of videos we have of the current gameplay so you can take a glimpse into what's coming. And that's everything I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much and see you soon.
The Scouts have brought news from the farthest, coldest corners of Frostland. The population of New London, humanity's hope, has survived. But was it all worth it? Here's a special reveal from Frostpunk's lead designer, Kuba Stokalski.
Hello everyone. Frostpunk is a grim society survival city building game. In January, it got a prequel expansion called The Lost Autumn, which enables you to see what happens just before the icy apocalypse. This new expansion tells a story of citizens of New London on a special assignment after the Great Storm. It opens not only a brand new chapter in the Frostpunk universe, but pits you against new challenges and new gameplay mechanics, both in the city and on the Frostland map, enriching the experience. A brand new frozen board is set, and the pieces are moving. What does it mean for you as the leader, and what fate awaits your society? Well, for now, I'm not going to spoil anything else. Let's just take a look at this short teaser we've prepared.
They say that the snow is dead. But we've learned to the contrary.
The universe of Frostpunk
Man,
holds even more fascinating
that was a really
secrets.
short trailer.
The next
Teaser
one
trailer.
will be
I thought it was
really
gonna be
exciting, especially for fans of board games. Frostpunk is going offline. Here's Jacob Wisniewski from Glass Cannon Games to unveil this mystery.
Hi there, I'm Kuba Wisniewski from Glass Cannon. Some of you might remember me as the co-author of the highly acclaimed This War of Mine the board game. Now, together with Adam Kwapiński, author of the best-selling Nemesis the board game, and my team, I'm super hyped to bring you an ice-cold tabletop experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Frostpunk is officially going unplugged. The core gameplay will be, as you could imagine, morally complex and highly, highly challenging. We're working very hard to bring the emotions from the video game to your tables. Frostpunk the board game is going to be a deeply strategic, yet easy to learn, co-op experience full of tough choices, narrative depth, immersive gameplay, snow, and despair.
As you can see, there's some
I forgot
exciting
that
adventures ahead of us.
Kickstarter was a thing.
That's not all, though.
Yeah,
We're
That's a
also
very good
working
point.
on
I've
some
heard Kickstarter in a
exciting
while, actually.
in-house
It's a very-
projects,
Yeah.
as well as
Very good
collaborating
point.
with other studios like Fool's Theory. A new game from Digital Sun Games is coming as well. And trust us when we say, there's more where that came from. That concludes the news from 11-Bit Studios. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to the newsletter to always be up to date with the latest news. Stay safe.
I
and
love the
thanks for
studio's presentation.
Yeah, that's what. They did a very good job at making sure everyone's framing is not wild, good quality of camera. I agree.
Yeah, this is great too. Like they have like a little recap.
Yeah,
it's like they did their own mini presentation within the Guerrilla Collective, all about it.
They definitely
well
know what
done.
they're doing. Yep, definitely.
Yeah,
It's super hot. No.
looked like it.
Turn-based brawler combat is interesting. I love that a suplex is a card that you can pull. That's great.
Oof.
Pocket
Oh,
sand.
pocket sands?
Try some pocket sand.
Headbutt.
Oh no, they got the chefs in there.
Chef Boy. Yo, he's holding a knife? Hold on, wait a minute. Yo. Chef Boy, coming for you, bro, for real.
Environmental takedowns. Yes.
This looks fun. This looks really fun.
Fights in Tight Space. That's a good name.
Oh, such a good name.
Yeah, definitely.
I heard some mixed things about this.
Graphic novel or like the game?
The game.
Oh.
'Cause I think it's already out. Yeah, okay.
She looks cool as fuck. Damn, she looks cool.
Let's get plastered.
Ooh.
I like the music.
I'm in.
Yeah. Shall I temper your blade? Demon Cinder.
Nice. Good animation.
Oh,
Very
that was
cool,
so.
very cool.
Yo, that was cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
I kind of wish the rubber duck on a tank was the game.
The game, yeah. Maybe it's an unlockable character.
Oh, thank God. Okay, we're good.
All right.
We're good. We're good. I was like, no.
My headcanon is just being broadcast from the Kind of Funny studio and somebody stepped on the spot again.
It's the
Oh
spot.
my God.
It's the spot. The spot.
I forgot about that. I can't believe that's a thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Great title.
Crossplay, cool.
unleashed. Heck yeah.
Having a co-op game like that, I feel like crossplay is just a huge plus.
Except
Totally.
play demo free on Steam. I think.
Okay.
Very good music.
Yeah, excellent music.
Art direction too.
Ooh, I love how the blades of grass go away. I like that.
Mm. 2021.
Cool.
I know Kevin's excited about this already.
Christian understands. Christian understands me.
Whoa,
Hey yo,
what's
hey
going
yo,
on?
hey yo, hey yo, hold up, yo, this is monetized, hold up, wait a minute.
Whoa.
Oh, wait.
I like flying in games.
Yeah. This is Mario Sunshine. We're cleaning up the planet.
This looks dope.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So wait, are we picking dialogue for both characters? Is that what's happening?
Good question. That is a good question.
Dude.
There's a lot of systems going on in this game.
Yeah.
This looks dope as fuck.
Turn-based Pokemon.
I'm still not super clear if we're controlling both or if it's meant to be co-op.
God damn it.
Oh, that's huge.
God
That is
damn.
huge.
That is a good grab. God damn it.
You ever wonder how it all
Devs must
ends?
love Game
What
Pass.
if it ended with a song?
Like smaller devs. Specifically.
Oh, this was on IGN. Yeah.
Yep. Kind of cool. It's set to the beat of the music, though.
It is.
Because that's such a trailer thing, you know, that like the first time you see this, it doesn't come across that you're actually playing the game to the music. It's pretty cool.
And like, I know they probably hate the comparison, but man, it does look a lot like Doom. You know?
Oh, totally.
I mean, they're probably fans, you know?
Definitely, definitely.
Look at the time. Can you believe that my part of day one is almost over, people? Listen, we know you got literally nowhere else to go. But we also know that if you're like us, you're antsy for more of that new hotness. So before we hand the stream off to the Paradox Insider, here are a couple more world premieres.
World premiere.
Whoa. Oh, wait. God damn it. Oh.
That was really good.
Oh, man. The font, too, bro. God.
Yeah. This is Death Stranding parody, the crabs,
Yeah.
the dead crabs on the beach. Oh my god.
Dude, that's hilarious.
The music, too. They have to look the crank.
Oh, my God. It's so funny.
This
This
has
is that
Devolver
crab game that
energy.
Greg Miller did. Oh yeah, this is definitely Devolver. I can see it.
So they literally just made the Death Stranding trailer. Oh my god.
Wow.
What's in the sky? What's up there?
Yeah, I really want to see what he's gonna look at. Oh Jesus.
Just die already? Old people mayhem stand up.
That was the best trailer.
Wow.
So far.
Wow.
That was something. That was an
Jeez.
emotional journey.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
Are we gonna get like a goat simulator experience?
Probably, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
You see, like, great friends for
Ladies and
introverts
gentlemen,
like
that
me.
wraps up my section of the Guerrilla Collective's first day, but we are far from done. Up next is the Paradox Insider, where Paradox Interactive is going to share deeper details on the latest games they've been working on. Let's check in with Paula Tellin over in the Paradox studio. How's it going over there, Paula?
Hi, Greg. We're doing great. We've been watching the show and we love it. So I'm just a little bit annoyed.
All right, guys, I got a heart out.
Start our
So
own
sorry,
presentation
good.
because that means
But
we have to stop watching
good show.
all of the cool content.
Glad I could be
that
here
you've
with you
shown
guys.
So far.
I'm
I
sure
think
your stuff is also reasonably
XO1
cool,
was my
or
pick,
at least
which
fun
is
to
the
watch.
Millennium Falcon.
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, true. Yeah, that was a really
The
good one.
Paradox team have been working
all
from
right,
home
I'll see you
lately,
guys.
so
Later,
we're
G.
See you, Jack.
super excited
See you,
to
chat.
show the world outside what we've been working on this spring.
Cool stuff. I'm looking forward to it. So let's start the countdown and stay tuned for Paradox Insider.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for the first ever Paradox Insider. My name is Paula, and I'm the event manager at Paradox. And joining me here is my good friend Sean, who is not a vampire, but the brand manager for World of Darkness. And I don't know about you, Sean, but I think it is wonderful to be here
It's a
for
really big
our
desk for
part
only like
in
2
this
people, I
grand
feel like.
celebration
It's like
of games.
I mean,
Absolutely,
6
it's
feet.
fantastic to be in a room with people again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Obviously,
6 feet
we'd
apart.
love
Oh,
to
you're
be
right.
in
I'm an idiot.
all the
Yeah,
many,
you're right.
many
I forgot.
rooms
I
around the
forgot.
world that we're normally in with our players in
Is
Los
this,
Angeles and Toronto,
Yeah.
having
live?
the conversations that we love to have.
I-
But
you know,
unfortunately,
Greg's stuff is
we can't.
pre-recorded for
So we've
sure,
got
right?
the next
Yeah,
best
yeah,
thing.
because
We're coming
he did
straight
like a
to
few
your
weeks
living
ago.
room.
Yeah, and it
yeah.
also feels great that
Honestly, I
we're able
don't know
to do
this is live. I'm not
something
sure.
proactive about this and actually, yeah, reach the world outside, show them what we've been working on this spring and so on. In this way.
Absolutely. I mean, we've all been working from home at Paradox,
Yeah.
but our studios haven't let that stop them. They've been working from their living rooms, from their bedrooms, from their bathrooms. It's going to be a non-stop gaming fest today.
So this is still part of Guerrilla Collective,
behind
right?
Crusader Kings 3, Empire
I
of Sin,
believe so.
Prison
Is this like
Architect,
one of-
Surviving the
is this
Aftermath.
what,
We'll have a special message from
11-bit did,
4,
kinda sorta?
and of course the one game that I am
I think so.
100% unbiased towards, despite the blood bonds, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. All right, let's not waste any more time, Paula. Why don't you kick it off with the team behind Crusader Kings 3?
All right, it is time to get this show started. It's time to dive into the treacherous world of Crusader Kings 3 with a fresh look at live gameplay from our newest grand strategy game. Please give a warm welcome, which we'll happily accept over the internet, to game designer Alexander Ultner and community developer Rod Del Rue.
Hi, Paula. Thanks for having us.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
So you just dropped some major news for Crusader
Would you like some
Kings.
horrible
The game
news
will
that you
be
probably already heard that I
released
didn't
on
hear yet?
September 1st.
Yes.
Which
What's
is
up?
That's
literally
unrelated to
around the
anything
corner,
we're watching right
and
now.
pre-orders are live right now.
Tenet got delayed.
Rod, how has
Yeah,
the
saw that.
reception in the community been
That
so
just
far?
now.
It's been so good.
I mean, I wasn't gonna
People
go to a
are really
theater at
appreciating
this
the
point.
dev diaries that
Right.
we're putting
But-
forward. We have fans that have loved seeing the new religious system that we have, and also the lifestyle system that adds, just that little extra layer of RPG. So it's been pretty good. We're super happy.
Good.
So
and,
the title
Alex,
of this,
how is the mood
I've seen
in
this
the
on the
dev
Switch
team right
eShop.
now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
it's
it's
fantastic.
interesting
The team
because
has been
I
working
feel
really,
like
really hard, and of course it's both frightening and
this
exciting.
was just
to get
day one, but I
feedback
feel
from our
like
fans
Switch
like this.
indies,
Yeah.
We love the
a little
game,
limited.
and we love all the feedback we're getting, and we're
Yeah.
counting down the hours to September 1st.
Definitely a good point. Yeah, because I
Wonderful.
saw a lot of
Rod,
Xbox and of course
tell us
Steam
a
and
little bit about
and
what you have
all
prepared
that,
for us
but
today.
definitely not a lot of
So
Switch.
we're gonna
Do you have a
start with
count?
one of the most
Are you
interesting
taking
starting
notes?
position in CK3,
I am, yeah.
Okay.
which is going to be in
How
Spain.
many Switch games
Essentially,
were
what we want to showcase here is the
shown at
various
this
decisions
point?
that are open to you even before you press
So I wasn't
play and
writing
start
down
playing.
platforms.
It's like
Okay, it's fine.
taking a look at the various
But,
challenges that you are facing before you start the game.
based on the list, from
Well,
what I
let's
remember,
dive
I
in.
think maybe
So
about
we-
4 or 5 out of maybe 30.
All right.
4 or
The year
5 out
is,
of 30? Oh
1066,
man.
and we are located in northern
Well, that's not
Spain.
counting stuff that's
Of
already
course,
out
it's
on
not
Switch,
Spain
you know?
yet,
Like the
and it won't
11-bit
be
stuff,
for
I think
another
is all out of
400
Switch
years,
already.
Oh,
unless
okay.
we expedite
So,
the process. Northern
stuff,
Spain
though.
is divided into a number of Catholic kingdoms that stand against the powerful Moorish realms of the south. In northwestern Iberia, we have 3 kingdoms ruled by 3 brothers. We have Galicia, we have Castile, and us in Leon.
So, Kevin,
one new feature in Crusader Kings 3
I
is
think
the
so. Right now
issues
with
the
sorry, I
at
just hit the
top.
mic. Right now with
And if we
this, I
click
think
it,
it's just
we
like a
can
deep
see
dive
that
on
we
these
are in
individual
line to
games.
inherit both
Okay.
So,
Galicia and
do you want to do a quick
Castile.
thoughts and impressions on highlights
And see,
from
this is what makes this starting position super
indie showcase?
interesting.
Yeah, I'll turn this down a little bit.
Sure.
And we'll talk a little bit over it. I did like the Millennium Falcon game. Again, forgot what it's called.
XO1.
XO1.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan. Big fan.
Starting with System Shock was pretty big, I think.
Definitely.
And I personally feel like your closer is more important than your opener.
Mm-hmm.
Both are important, but I feel like if you can only prioritize one, you should do that on the closer.
Right.
But yeah, System Shock, because it's been, we've heard it on podcasts recently, you know, like there's rumors floating around. So showing up with that was like, okay, you have things to say.
Yeah.
You know? Like it gets your attention.
Definitely.
But yeah, there were a few highlights. You mentioned XO1, the flower-looking game with like the morph ball that was going from like a disc to a ball.
Yeah.
Great, very good-looking mobility. Looks like it's very fun to control.
I agree.
That's coming to in 2020, only to Steam so far, as far as the trailer is concerned. One of the big highlights for me, for sure, is absolutely West of Dead.
Yes.
That looks so good.
That looked, man.
Because it stood out to me before, right? It stood out to me because it's got like the Mike Mignola art style, like Hellboy comic style, or Creature in the Well even.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that vibe going for it. And the fact that they get Ron Perlman too, because Mike Mignola, Hellboy, Ron Perlman was Hellboy, getting him as this like skull outlaw thing looks really cool. The gameplay looks great. Michael Askew in the chat says game is very challenging.
Yep.
But
looks very, very fun. And I mean to like capture our attention like for the second time, you know?
Yeah.
It's like okay, like all right, there's definitely some fire there, you know? Definitely.
Yeah. Coming out soon too, but it's only on Steam and Xbox One. I would see maybe later this year getting a Switch release for it, just because of the way indie exclusivity works usually.
Yeah.
But
I would love it on
that
Switch.
that was a pretty big one for me. Whenever I can play it on something that's not my PC, I will absolutely pick it up.
Mm-hmm. Precisely.
Michael in the chat does say, do you worry like I do that the Switch is about to be left behind badly when next gen hits so they don't drop first parties?
I think eventually, you know, third party is gonna have to, you know, make a decision in terms of like, are we going to like make a separate version that is, but then like at one point there's like a PS5 third party game, you know, translate to a Switch. Like how different of a game is that, you know, because I think it could be vast. You know,
so I think this upcoming generation is going to be pretty similar to the 360 PS3 generation, where 360 was the easiest to develop for, most powerful, and got the best versions of third-party games. And then PS3 versions were sometimes late because they had to downgrade in ways and make it work on that hardware. And then the Wii just got a completely different version.
Right.
I think with the PS5 being in the 360 position this gen, and then Xbox being the one that's like a refinement of this generation, PS5 is really next gen in terms of the way its architecture works.
Right.
I could see maybe the same kind of third-party support we get now, but like what I'm saying is the fact that Xbox is more at parity with Xbox One and PS4 with Series X, that maybe like Switch can benefit from that, you know? Like developers are like, well, there's the Xbox version, and I guess since we're making it the way we used to, we can try to get it on Switch. And then the PS5 gets their own
separate
SSD type game, maybe some more timed exclusives, stuff like that.
Right.
But the benefit I think that Xbox and Switch has, even if that's the case, would stuff like today with the indie showcases is that they're the platforms for indies now.
Definitely.
Because you and I both love PlayStation.
Truly.
Pretty bad about indie games though, especially recently.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I can't even tell you what the last indie game I bought on PS4. You know, because I mean, it's just Switch has set itself up to be like the indie machine. You know, whether that's positive or negative, I think it's a positive personally. You know, but it is
Definitely.
what it is. Yeah.
I always feel like I'm not playing enough indie games, and I feel bad about it.
Right.
So the Switch being Switch, I think in time will absolutely just be the platform for the Nintendo games and the indie games even more than it is now for most people, like myself included. Because I don't really buy third-party games on the Switch.
I never like I mean, if it's free to play, like I mean, I have Fortnite, you know, like the big ones, but definitely the majority of my games are indie on Switch.
Sure.
Besides AAA Nintendo, of course.
Yeah, and like I got Dragon Quest 11 on Switch. Whenever we get a Persona on the Switch, I'll probably play it there instead of PlayStation. So like those kinds of third parties, yeah, but indie for sure. Indie gets the bump. Like Hollow Knight's on there. I got Creature in the Well on there. Cuphead, Bloodstained. Like good machine for indies.
Definitely.
That's why I'm hopeful for some of these ones that don't have Switch dates yet, that will get there eventually. You know?
Yeah. Because there's like a lot of games that look like, all right, like that's likely gonna come to Switch. I think you said that midstream, and I agree definitely that like eventually it'll definitely come for sure.
Yeah. Nightcall stood out to you, right?
I wish you know what? Let me pull up a list of screenshots or something.
That was the Uber detective game.
Yes, yeah, that one definitely stood out. I like that concept a lot. Like that, big fan. Very, very unique art style too. I mean, it just looks super unique. I feel like.
Yeah,
and the vibe.
Because I think similar to you played Florence, and did you play "Bury Me, My Love" or was that when you wanted to play?
Yeah, no,
Right,
I beat "Bury Me, My Love" and oh my God, Kev, you right? What was the first game you said? Shoot. Florence. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Florence. Yeah.
So the idea of having games that tell their narratives like that, like almost visual novel style, but more of like a text-based adventure game, kind of.
Yeah.
Doing it through the lens of a profession like an Uber driver, where you have clients, you have people you're driving, you can overhear their conversations and piece things together, I think is interesting. Obviously, it's well acclaimed based on those blurbs from reviews. And that is dropping very soon on Xbox and Switch. So that's a win for us.
Definitely a win. I'm gonna definitely check that out. Definitely check it out. If it has any of like the decision making of what you need to say to get X information or outcome out of said person, you know, like Florence. I think it definitely could be cool. And given the context of an Uber driver, you've been in an Uber. I have in many Ubers, you know. Some of the conversations could be interesting. Some of them, they don't talk. I like when they don't talk, but I think it could be really, really cool to have that like dynamic of an Uber driver and a regular person, you know, definitely.
Because even if I'm not sure what they're going for. I don't know if the driver is like a detective or a private investigator or what, but it does seem like you're piecing together a mystery, right?
Yeah.
So,
is it like he's a detective by day, Uber driver by night to just make ends meet?
Maybe.
Dang. Big fan.
Yeah. Another thing, I put a little stars next to some of the ones that caught our eye the most. Ultra Kill.
Yes. Yeah. That was the PS1 looking game, right?
The thing that made it feel the most like a PS1 thing to me, I think, is obviously the visuals aren't visuals you would see on a PS1. They are low poly, or I guess low texture.
Yeah.
Low texture. Like there's lots of polygons going on. That's why it's not the PS1 thing, but the textures are pretty basic.
Yeah.
in a good way, but it wasn't that. It was the music. I think the soundtrack sounded like something you would see on like a PlayStation 1 boot up for a game.
Precisely.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. For me, honestly, I don't think I mentioned it, but like it seemed like the frame rate to me felt very, and like I wouldn't consider it a low frame rate game when I was looking at it, but there was something about the frame rate when they were moving really fast in the trailer that reminded me of like an old school game like that, you know. And I have no idea how I can describe that, but just the way it looked when in motion, it looked like an older game. And I don't know if that ties to frame rate or what, but that's what caught me off guard too, in a good way.
Yeah, it could have been the animation as well.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's hard to tell on the streams. The 11-bit block was nice. I think it was a solid way to package a lot of content from a company. You know, like I could see, I'm sure if they wanted to, they could have their own event. They don't need to be tied in with Guerrilla Collective, but someone like a Devolver doing something similar, you know?
Yeah.
Being like, okay, pause. Now we're doing the show within a show. It's in this case, the 11-bit studios block.
Right.
Most of those games are already out. Most of those got updates on DLC or new versions coming to mobile. The board game, which always cool to see video games get turned to board games. There's a Bloodborne board game and a Resident Evil 2 board game.
There's an RE2 board game?
Yeah. I watched Easy Allies did like a playthrough of it once, and it seemed really fun.
Interesting.
I don't play enough board games, but like rethinking mechanics of video games to work as a tabletop is really interesting to me.
Yeah, definitely. I've never played a video game translated into a board game, but shout out Uno. I wouldn't call that a board game, but you know, shout out Uno. But that's pretty much the only. Yeah, interesting though. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Looks like we got a new trailer going on right now on this stream.
Let's bump the volume a little bit. Let's see what we got.
Is this The Escapist, maybe? I'm gonna be honest. It feels weird to have a prison sim in 2020.
Interesting. Okay.
Prison Architect, okay.
Wow, that is Island Bound. Let's check in with the team. And first, give a polite welcome, which won't disturb your neighbors, to product manager Stacy McElwam. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
God, it's a catchy trailer you have there.
Yes, right?
Everyone in the studio were just
the only other star I made based on
but you have an
reactions.
expansion coming up. Island Bound, that will be the first
so this is just an expansion
in
for a game that exists already, I guess.
Ship simultaneously on PC and console.
We're lowering down.
I feel like I've heard of
Stacey,
Prison Architect
what can
before.
you tell us about this expansion?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, so Island Bound
We're
is
still
built
watching it,
from the
but
ground
we'll just
up
put the volume a little bit down.
Yeah. Haven was the last one.
Yes.
That stood out.
Yes. 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 Capital yes.
That I want to rewatch that trailer again because I feel like there's hints in there that makes it feel like we're controlling both characters.
Like it kind of looked like when they were walking side by side, it seemed like, again, I have nothing to base off of, but like it seemed like if we were controlling both of them, we would use each analog stick.
Yes, that's exactly
you know what I'm saying.
What I was thinking.
That's like what it seemed like was happening. And I was like, oh, okay, like that's interesting. And like I love when we went into combat, how it seemed like we were controlling both of them as well in combat too, and both of the narratives. Yeah.
Because with the combat too, it looked like the up, down, left, right inputs for attacks or managing what you could do in that fight looked like the left character was with the D-pad, the right character was with the face buttons. You know?
Yeah. Which that's really neat. That's really neat. I like that a lot.
And I wonder also if that's the case, you could find an interesting like scenario where you could co-op it with someone and you're sharing the controller, because there was a scene where the characters were like skating through the air over the planes, like with their hands being held. So I wonder if that's sort of representative of how the game controls too.
Oh man, dude, I mean, because if you look at this, bro, you give one. If you take the left Joy-Con, the other person takes the right Joy-Con, they can fully control the other character. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, because even on like a DualShock, Overcooked lets you do that. Overcooked lets you share
one controller,
up, down, left, right, and the left stick as one full control, holding the other person with the right side with the face buttons to play the game together.
Nice.
So I wonder if they'd give you the option of like, if you want to play it solo, yeah, it's like what we were saying, each analog stick and each side of the controller is for each character, and then you're picking dialogue choices.
Yeah.
Or you can co-op it that way. That's really interesting to me and visually look really, really appealing.
I really hope we're right about all these things.
Yeah.
I really. Why does it just not be that at all? I was hey, no, like you just control the guy and the girl's an AI character. No. But it definitely didn't seem like that though.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely didn't.
That one I think had the most standout presentation, I guess, or at least on a visual perspective of like, yeah, we got some bold, spacey colors. Got to get the freak on before everything goes off, and then
about to get demonetized before we go in combat. Hold up.
And then all the systems, yeah. So I'm gonna keep my eye out on that one for sure.
Definitely.
Off the top of your head, are there any ones that stood out to you that I didn't mention?
There's one, but I'm forgetting how to describe it. I feel like I reacted to one. Well, of course, the shout out to the Death Stranding remake trailer.
Yeah, that trailer was funny.
10 out of 10. Really,
the
really
fart
funny.
killed it for me. The fart was too much, but everything else, the way they introduced that was gold.
It like it took me a while to like understand like why he was holding that sausage. I was like, oh wait, no, that's BB. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Like, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Good stuff. Good stuff. There was one that I'm forgetting, and that's not servicing anything. Here, let me try and pull up a list.
I can shout out a few that also had a pretty solid presentation.
Feel free.
Obviously System Shock. Genesis Noir was the jazzy line art kind of thing.
Yeah.
We got Lake, which was Death Stranding without the ghosts. I
liked
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep. I liked Uragun as well.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's your gun or you are a gun.
According to IGN, it's still URAGUN as one word, if that helps.
Cool.
But it could be either or. But that one definitely piqued my interest a lot. I like that as well. Boyfriend Dungeon 2 was a pretty neat concept.
Boyfriend Dungeon had a very good presentation. It's a game that I've seen on Twitter before, and I think in Nindy's showcase before, but having a nice like meaty, considering how long the presentation was, chunk just to go through the systems and stuff, I thought was good.
Right.
Disco Elysium to the Epic Games Store. Checking off the boxes before we get it on console.
Just keep it going so we can check off more boxes. I'm down with it. That's all good. I'll wait.
Liberated, which was the game that was compared to Watchmen. I heard some reviews or previews come out saying that was kind of like saying something surface level. You know, so I want to look more into reviews on that and see what it's like. Yeah, Metal Hellsingers was Hellsinger was the Doom like that you played at the rhythm.
Oh yes. Do we have platforms for that and a date for that?
I don't know.
I'm looking.
I can Google that real quick.
I'm looking through.
But overall, day one, I know this is part of it, but most of these are games we're aware of. Just getting some deeper dives. Day one for the Guerrilla Showcase specifically, not counting the PC show and the Future Games show, which are kind of tied into Guerrilla Collective.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Very, very good. It gave us what we wanted. A bunch of indies that are cool looking, and I think a lot of there's like a lot of gems in indies that like I feel like the average person just looking at the big conferences and AAA and stuff like that, you might not get. You know, so love that. But you do prove a good point in terms of like, man, like there was a lot of, shout out Steam, shout out Epic Games Store, shout out Xbox Game Pass and all that. It's not a lot of Switch. Very, very right. But again, to the same point, hopefully like eventually these games make their way to Switch. But I thought it was really good showing. A lot of like different types of games too. I liked a lot of the concepts that were here too. A lot of interesting concepts as well for games. So very, very good. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm with you. The only reason I bring up the lack of Switch is just because what we mentioned before, Switch is where both of us usually play our indies. Unfortunately, don't have an Xbox. I'm not well versed enough in how my PC works to really go in on PC gaming. But yeah, some of them for sure I feel like could eventually make their way to Switch, or even just PS4.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some I'm adding to a note on my phone so I can remember the names, follow their progress, see how things develop, and if they do get another trailer, it's like, oh yeah, I was into the concept of that. Let me give it a shot if I can play it now.
Do you remember that game? Like it was probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago at this point. The Last Night.
The Last Night. Night like Armor Night? Like K-N-I-G-H-T? Wait, no, that was that cyberpunky thing, right?
Yeah. I was hoping that would be here because we haven't heard from that game in a while. Wait, I forgot if it's N-I-G-H-T or K-N-I-G-H-T. Let me look it up. No, it is Night, like N-I-G-H-T.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
What we got?
But wasn't there like a weird
There was
thing with the developer having some like shady shit?
Oh, like bad? Oh, I don't know about bad stuff. I don't know about bad stuff like in terms of like what the developer did or
I could
has
be thinking
done.
of a different game, but I think it was like a
Yeah.
cyberpunky, like Blade Runner looking game.
It was
that
side scroller, looked like super realistic in some instances. Yeah. Here I'll link it in our Discord, but I was kind of there was a trailer for 2020 release. Okay, but I was looking for that specifically, low key, but
yeah. You know what? Maybe it shows up at the next Xbox event because Xbox has a couple more this summer.
Yeah, they do, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, overall, very good showing. I liked it. Satisfied completely.
Do we want to rank the GC Day 1 in our Summer Game Fest list?
Let's do it. Read off the list from the top to the bottom, shall you?
Top to bottom, gotcha. Yeah. So first place, the PS5 reveal event. Followed up, like a significant gap, but just it did things for you and me. The Destiny 2 Beyond Light event. Where we saw the future of, and probably honestly the end of Destiny 2 in 2022.
For sure.
The Tony Hawk Pro Skater event, then Inside Xbox, and then the Unreal Engine 5 reveal.
I kind of want to put this maybe above or below Xbox.
I was going to say maybe above Pro Skater, but I'm...
Ooh, a bold move.
Just because, like, Pro Skater speaks to me, and I know it speaks to Jack as well.
Yeah, you know what?
Tony Hawk fans. But
you're making
it's a remaster. You know, like it's a remaster of games that already exist. You know, it's getting the good skateboarding games back because they're sorely missed by many people. But we got some interesting spotlight today on a handful of indies. You know.
Honestly, yeah, I'm with you. I think putting it above Tony Hawk, and it's below
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2, yeah. Sounds good. That sounds good.
All right. For now, I'll keep it there. We'll run it by Jack, see what he thinks. He might be ride or die in that Tony Hawk event, but
true.
Yeah, that is the new ranking of our summer events. I know they're going to show Vampire the Masquerade at some point in this. But
we recently showed you the wholesome and rhythmic way in which Kindred celebrate the holidays.
Okay, I didn't know if he was talking about it yet. We do in about 30 minutes have the PC gaming show.
We do.
And I don't know if you're aware of this, Kevin.
What? Oh, is it the Persona 4 Golden? Might be there.
Apparently, Persona 4 Golden is getting a showcase at this
That's-
PC gaming show.
That's wild. That's wild. Okay, the actual balance too right now.
Okay, we'll get to Persona in a second.
Let's pump this volume a little bit.
That's a good box art.
It is a good box art. I was about to say that. Ooh, that's a beautiful steel book. That's a nice steel book.
I wonder if they'll let you climb the Space Needle in this, because I remember that was a thing in Second Son. They didn't let you do that. There was the one mission where you could do it, but you couldn't do it freely.
Yeah, yeah.
And joining me here in the studio today is Nikat Ali, lead producer at Paradox Interactive,
Hello, everyone.
and Rachel Leica, lead creative designer at Hardsuit Labs.
Hello.
Now, these guys have all the gruesome details, but let's start with, what is your favorite part of the Collector's Edition, Nikki?
That will be the Elif statue, and that's because she's my favorite character. But also, since I lived in Seattle for 6 months, it's really good to have a map kept as a memento.
And it's quite a faithful recreation of Seattle, as I understand it.
Exactly. Cartoonified.
Very, very cool. And Rachel, what's your favorite part of the Collector's Edition?
I'm a big fan of that 7-inch vinyl of the original soundtrack. It's a really stunning physical copy of the really amazing soundtrack. Made partially
that's
by
a
Rich
PS4 Pro
Schaefer,
you're hearing in the
composer from the
background.
original game. So I'm pretty excited to throw that on my turntable.
I don't
Just
think
in case
you'll be
you're
the only
confused
one. Any Bloodlines fan have
of
that
a rocket
theme
launch.
stuck
It
in
was
their head.
indeed a PS4
We've teased it enough. It's time to find out which kindred survived those Los Angeles nights and the long, long road to Seattle.
So I didn't play Bloodlines 1, but I know people love that game. Is this the same trailer? Turn down.
Oh, yep.
Not
Thank
shame.
you. Thank you. Good call. Good call.
Great trailer, but that will get us muted fast.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Now, there is a spin-off for the Bloodlines Vampire the Masquerade series or something on Switch, but it's like a visual, not visual novel, but it is more of like an adventure text-based game.
Right.
That has interested me, but
Can you play the first one on modern hardware?
I don't think so. You might be able to do it on Xbox with backwards compatibility or something, but I don't think you can get it anywhere else but PC.
Gotcha. I see. Interesting. I can't tell. No, wait. This is a different trailer.
No, this is the same one.
It is?
Yeah. Yeah, we see those
no,
guys
that's
got
never-
white blood off the
there
window
it
at
is.
some point. Yeah.
Oh man, good stuff.
Yeah. Just the idea of having modern society mixed in with Gothic architecture and stuff like that is underutilized, I think. That's why I hope the new Batman film, and you know what, the game leans into that, because Batman comics, like animated series Batman, Tim Burton Batman, really gets into the fact that Gotham is this like weirdly European built city.
Right.
So, and there was that Medium game, right, from the Xbox event. That was a little similar. It was the same people that did Silent Hill.
Yes.
Or the music from Silent Hill, yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And that was also sort of like a bleeding over effect of that kind of architecture.
Like that, like European medieval type of, not medieval necessarily, well, kind of.
Yeah. Looks like we got gameplay now though, with no licensed music.
Okay,
so.
let's bump this a little bit. Let's see what we got.
move and the back of your head's gonna be so full of phosphorus, it'll be a war crime.
Okay. Interesting sentence.
So
That's right, everybody. Damsel is back for Bloodlines 2. We are so excited to be able to announce this, that she has returned for our game. She has spent her time in California since the first game, establishing the Anarch Free State there, and now she's on her way to the Pacific Northwest to spread that good Anarch word.
Ugh, Bruja and Anarch. I can almost feel the rebel's blood rising. Where's the Justicar when you need one? But okay, clan critique aside, one of the great things about Damsel that old fans loved was the voice actress.
Yeah, that was Courtney Taylor, and she's reprising her role as Damsel, which is super exciting.
Okay, good to hear I won't be forced to fleshcraft anybody's voice box into anybody else. But is there anything else that you guys would like to share with the viewers about Bloodlines 2? Rachel?
This guy.
We're just really excited for people to start playing the game and kind of find out what kind of monster you're going to be.
We don't have a date on this yet,
you
except
can make
for
all kinds of choices in this
2020,
game. You can do all kinds of
Oh,
things. You can glide across
I thought it was
rooftops.
2021, to be honest with you. I totally thought it was next year.
Powers of vampiric persuasion to get what you want
I thought
out
it was
of people. You can even dance your way
You're probably
into
more right than me,
certain
to be honest. I
people's
don't know.
hearts if that is what you would like to do. There are many ways to be a vampire in this game. Of course, the right answer is to be a Bruja, because we have cool jackets and are pros at rabble-rousing.
Okay, there you have it. The one defining feature of Bruja is their 80s fashion sense. And thanks for joining us via link, Rachel, and thanks for coming into the studio, Nikki. That was Rachel Laika and Nikat Ali from the Bloodlines 2 team.
Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Seriously, that trailer really creeps me out. It gets me every time. Whew. But I can't believe that Damsel is in the game. I'm just thinking cosplay potential for all the future events.
Definitely. You could also be thinking, well, the Anarch scum have revealed their position, and with the Archons moving swiftly towards Seattle, I think that's a wrap.
I think so too. We've experienced murders and betrayals in Crusader Kings 3.
We've met a boss in Empire of Sin,
Trapped convicts on an island in Prison Architect.
balanced the needs of our survivors with the needs of the environment in surviving the aftermath,
Celebrated Hearts of Iron 4.
and reconnected with her fan favorite and my old enemy in Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2.
We hope that you've enjoyed this insider look. Please stay safe, stay sane, wash your hands and play some games. That's all from Stockholm.
Fire
Have a good
bars.
night.
Fire.
Bye.
Pretty good. Pretty good little addendum to the whole presentation for me.
Definitely.
So in 20 minutes, the PC gaming show is starting.
Indeed.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're down to react to that as well, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Are we gonna go straight into a timer?
Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the Guerrilla Collective's first day, but we are far from done. Of course, we've shown you a bunch of games you can get today, but we've also partnered with Steam. You can head over there to the Guerrilla Collective section. You can wishlist the games. You can show these developers love. Beyond that, you can catch the PC Gaming Show today at 11 a.m. Pacific, and then you can catch the Future Game Show at 2 p.m. Pacific. If that wasn't enough, we're back with day 2 of the Guerrilla Collective tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific with even more reveals.
Now
trailers,
tomorrow, I
and
unfortunately
demos,
cannot be
and
here.
Then we wrap up
I can-
Sunday starting at 9 a.m. Pacific with
I
exclusive
will at
gameplay
least
sessions
for sure
with
be
the
here.
developers. You won't want to miss
Tomorrow,
any of it, I swear. But until next time,
potentially
no.
Jack.
It's
I'm
been our
gonna see what
pleasure
his
to serve
schedule
you.
is like today.
And then Monday we
Guerrilla
can,
Collective
but
thanks its gold
are we
sponsor,
doing
ID and Xbox.
the Star Wars
As
announcement
well as all
going into
these
day one,
supporting
Guerrilla?
sponsors.
I'm down. I was also going to see potentially bring in Mike Connors, my Jedi Knight's co-host, to react as well.
Okay.
Because we've been talking about that game for the past few weeks on that show, dude.
Dude, I can't wait for that game, bro.
We're
I
ready
can't
for
wait.
it.
Cannot wait.
So starting soon. Okay, we got 20 minutes into the PC gaming show. I think what we're probably gonna do is close this stream out.
Mm-hmm.
Reset, let the VOD go up on this, and then go live probably 10 minutes before
Okay.
PC.
That works. Yeah, that works. That works.
Yeah. refilling some refreshments. People in the chat. I'll set up the stream right now for PC.
Here, okay, all right. Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for coming out, stream. Much love.
We will be back in probably like 7 minutes, 7 to 10.
Yeah.
To react. We're getting Persona. We gotta manifest everybody when we're taking our break.
P4G
on Switch or PS4. I will take either.
But it's on the best platform already. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, Christian. Like, I don't know what more could you possibly want. I mean, it's on the greatest handheld ever made already.
It's not on the Switch. But people in the chat, if you do have to head out though, thank you for stopping by. Samori, Starks, Michael, happy to have you guys around. And like I said, we'll be back very, very soon for the PC Gaming Show.
Beautiful. See you guys in a little bit.